Hi everyone, I'm so happy you're back. Hey, I have a question for you. Have you ever lost a tooth? You have? Okay, so after you lost it, you found it, right? And you put it under your pillow, right? And you went to sleep, and when you got up in the morning, it was gone? And the tooth fairy had brought something and replaced it? Yeah, she took your tooth and gave you a present? Yeah? Yeah, well, that's so cool. That happened to me when I was little too. She's been around a while, but what would happen if you actually lost your tooth? Well, that's what today's book is about. It's actually called The Tooth Fairy's Tummy Ache. Ooh, by Lori Orlinsky and illustrated by Vanessa Alexandre. Do you want to hear what happened when this little girl lost her tooth? Me too. Let's read it together. I'm so excited. Okie dokie. You see, it happened when I was eating a juicy red apple for snack. I was chewing and chomping when suddenly I bit down and heard a crack. My first tooth was finally out. Woohoo! All it took was something yummy. But when I went to collect it from my mouth, I realized it had landed in my tummy. Oh no. This wasn't the plan I had thought of in my head. I had to think of something fast before I went to bed. Oh no. I searched high and low for something tiny and white, even though what I was doing wasn't really right. But the tooth fairy wouldn't visit if she didn't have a tooth to take. So I put a kernel of popcorn under my pillow as a replacement fake. Shh, don't tell. Shh. Enter the tooth fairy. This child's tooth feels a little strange and doesn't look quite right. But I'll trade it for a silver dollar, hop on my toothbrush, and fly out of sight. La la la. But back at the workshop I go to add this tooth to my collection. But this one looks rotten upon further inspection. It's too round to string and too tiny to glue. What can I do with this tooth? I don't have a clue. I call my fairy friends who come over skipping and hopping, but when they get close to the tooth, all of a sudden, it starts popping. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pop. Quickly it spreads from the floor to the ceiling. I know I should try to stop it, but it's hunger that I'm feeling. There's nothing left to do but say, "Ah," and open wide. Popcorn rains in my mouth and fills up my insides. Can you guys go, Oh, a few minutes later, there isn't any mistaking. I feel really yucky because my tummy is aching. So I stay in bed and skip the work I need to do. But what's going to happen when everyone wakes up feeling blue? Oh no. The grandmas and grandpas would be missing their new dentures. My friends wouldn't have necklaces for their dress-up adventures. The night sky would be without all of its shiniest stars. Tooth fairies wouldn't have flying dust, so they'd have to drive cars. Oh, suddenly it hit me. I had a hunch. Maybe she lost this tooth while she was having lunch. Ooh. So, I go through the window for the second time tonight. I had to explain to this girl the difference between wrong and right. I tap on her shoulder and whisper in her ear, "Lying won't get you anywhere. Do you hear me, my dear? It's best to be honest and always tell the truth. You should have just told me that you swallowed your tooth." She flashes me a smile with a toothless grin, and I feel a new friendship is about to begin. I'll leave you this notepad so you can write me a letter. When you lose your next tooth, hopefully it will work out much better. Mwah! Can you guys blow kisses? Mwah! Like the tooth fairy? The end. And there is more from Miss Lori Orlinsky. She even wrote this book. Being small isn't so bad after all. But for this book, it's always best to remember that honesty is the best policy. And right after this, I'm going to put a little card up so you can find where to find more of Miss Orlinsky's books and Miss Vanessa Alexandre's beautiful illustrations. It's so fun to find all these things. Oh, and while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe below so you don't miss out on any stories and more. Bye, you guys. See you next time. Mwah!